Hello, hello. Hello. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Adeline. I hope I said that right. All right, time for some fun. Who's ready? Who's ready? Hi, Rinska. Who's ready for some fun tonight? I've already cut all my paper and got ready for my card. I'm super stoked. Hello, Cheryl. I'm good. I'm super good. I'm excited tonight. It's been a long day and I haven't gotten to color anything all day, which is so unusual for me. I'm going to zoom just a little because this one light is just shining away over here. So I decided tonight I was going to do a card for someone who I missed their birthday. Shame on me. I'm usually so good at sending out cards, but this time I missed it. I missed the ball. So I'm going to make this cool card. I decided to use, yeah, good for you guys, that's right. So I decided to use the turtle from the Stay Home set and the Happy Belated Birthday. I love this sentiment right here, but it's not for tonight's card, but it says, if a turtle loses its shell, is it naked or homeless? It just makes me laugh. Your speed doesn't matter. Progress is progress. Hi, Julie. And social distancing level, master. Self-quarantine, stay home. I debated putting that one on there. And I may still in the end, but for right now, I'm not. And then it comes with the die. I mean, well, it doesn't come with them, but you can get the dies if you want. It even cuts out all the sentiments. So it's pretty awesome sauce. Anyway, that is called Stay Home. And I already have them on there. So I went ahead and cut the paper for the card before, so you guys won't have to sit here and watch me cut paper, which is so cool that I even had the time to do that. So I also cut, you can see I cut my sweet sentiment paper with a little scalloped edge and a, with the scalloped, and what do they call that when they put all the dots around it? So cute. I can't remember what they call that, but anywho, we are going to use that. So the paper is already cut, and it's I don't remember the size, but we could do it real quick. It's 3 1/4 by magnet by 4 1/8. Let's make sure this sentiment is still going to fit on here. Okay. So I'm going to use my Misty to make this a little bit easier, so I can restamp if I mess up. It's my favorite thing. Never have to mess up anymore. So you can just stamp it again. It's like epic. And I'm going to use my espresso to press it down. It's a little bit of a shaky earthquake for you guys. Sorry about that. I don't have to push hard, but any movement on this table really moves it around. Yay! So I don't even have to stamp it a second time. First time, and we are done. So I had a really long day today. I didn't even get done working that temporary job I have until like 6:30. So it was a long day for me. Long, long day. And I tell you, I'm glad I made these lives a little bit later just because sometimes I think you might lose me. I have to take a little nap. If I was supposed to do them earlier, I might not be as spunky as I am. The later it gets, the better I get. I'm a night owl. Okay, no more earthquakes. That was the last one. But you know I don't like to put my stamps away without cleaning them off, so I'm not going to actually put it away right now, but I wanted it to be cleaned anywho. You too, night owl, like me. I really come alive at night. I don't know what the deal is with that, but it is a true statement. So, YG97. You know our friend Jamie's not joining us tonight because she's in Facebook jail again. YG67. G85. YG63. Hello, Ellen. I've missed you. G82. I was wondering if you were going to be here tonight. I almost did cactus. But since I hadn't heard from you, I wanted to wait until I knew you would be there. Yeah, I just found out about half hour ago. 2 days and 20 hours from now. Almost 3 days. So she's going to try to do her live from Instagram in the morning. So if you don't see her live in the group, I'll probably have to make a post about it. But if you don't see her live in the group, she's going to try to do Instagram. So hopefully that'll work out for her. But she's not experienced with the YouTube one. But she's going to try to still be there. So, oh yeah. I bet they missed you a lot, Ellen. I know, almost 3 days. Yep, They're really cracking the whip. We were disappointed. She was like, oh, man. You don't have Instagram? You can still sign up. You should. It's pretty fun. You could see all our stuff. Hi, Kat. So we're going to color this cute little turtle, and instead of doing him all in regular, like, normal turtle colors, I'm going to do his shell with some color on it that'll match these, this card base that I picked. So we're going to go a little bit non-traditional, but it'll be all right. So YG97, it's a little bit of a dark green. But we're going to use that to do our shadow area. Now, if you look closely at this stamp set right here, I'm going to use my tweezers to point this out. Hi, Jen. This part of the shell, this is part of the shell down here and right here. It's all part of this shell, so we won't color that part the same color as his body. And then all of this is his body, and that one back there, that's his little foot. Facebook is your limit. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit more, so hopefully you guys can see a little bit better. Let me know if you want me to zoom in more after we see how this goes. She just made a silly comment, and they didn't like it. They removed it, kicked her off. She was trying to be all strong for one of her friends, and yeah. So anyway, that's sad. I know, right? This one is not my design. This one is actually Christy, how do you say her last name? Christy Dowman? Christy Dowman. But I did cactus because we don't have any, and I had the request, someone wanted me to do some cactus, so I thought maybe I could do like a live where we go over all of the details on how to actually make the cactus with the Copic markers, where you're not doing any stamping. So I'll give you a sneak peek. Dun 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 dun. And I don't think it'll be that hard. I do think we could do it. So I was thinking about doing that. But I think I need more time. I got to bed late last night, and then I had to get up early to work, and then I was tired, and I have to work again tomorrow. So I was like, I think I need a shorter one tonight, and then maybe Thursday or Friday, we could do it. You liked it? Yep, I did that because you asked. So I'll make sure that I send you a message so you don't miss the live. So I'm really just putting this where the turtle's shell and the turtle's body is covering him so that I can get this dark color in here. But we do have a 5-color blend, so I'm not putting too much in there, just a little bit, enough to really just show that shadowing effect. I'm going to leave these little circles because I'm going to do those in a different color, I think. I haven't decided for sure, but I'd say I'm about 85% there. So I want to get a little bit of shadow over here, up underneath this, the little turtle right here. I also almost did Beep Beep Jeep tonight, but I wasn't feeling as inspired because I wanted to do it like a Jurassic World Beep Beep Jeep, but the Jurassic World is a different, it's more like a Suburban, the one that's colored in the cool yellow and green colors. And the Jeep that they used for Jurassic World was like tan and red, and I was like, oh, that's not really all that fun. So I decided that since I needed this card, I'd just shift and do that. But you'd laugh if you knew how many ideas I go through before I actually choose one. So feel free to let me know if you'd like to do something. We could also do techniques if you guys want to, with stencils and oxides and alcohol inks and anything else you might have up your sleeve that you can think of. You know what, I think I'm going to do a little bit underneath here too. I kind of want that to show pretty dark, but not too much, just a teeny bit. This should probably have a little bit, go up a little bit further because his shell really is covering him. And then we're going to move on to YG67. We won't use nearly as many markers tonight as we have been. So yeah. So now I'm just pulling out from that dark, dark color, and these two colors blend well, but that first color is really dark, so it's going to show a really dark shadow, which I am a-okay with. Kind of wanted him to be a little bit darker body. I did do a light green body once already. I'll show you. I made a shadow box out of it. Dun, 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 dun. Isn't that cute? But he's a really bright green. So I thought, let me try one with a darker green. Hi, Mama. And see how that comes out. You know, I'm all about trying something I haven't already done. I don't want to repeat stuff that I've already colored. I want to do new stuff. Just like you guys want to watch to learn new stuff, I want to do new stuff so I can learn with you. Know what works, what doesn't. Oh, you liked it? It was fun. We did it in we did it for one of our retreats. our online retreats that we had. That was one of the projects that I taught, was how to make that little shadow box that you can put on your desk. I usually do all the projects in 3D teaching in lives like this. So if you like watching these lives, you might like online retreats. We don't have one currently advertised as scheduled yet, but it is in the process of being scheduled. So I will keep you posted as long as you're watching the lives. And of course you'll see it on Facebook, so you shouldn't have any problems knowing when it is. And if you follow me on my Ledoux Designs page on Facebook, I'll also post it there, or Instagram. Sometimes I post it in Pinterest. We just kind of try to hit all the markets. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Oh, I think the printers just stopped. The 3D printers have been running all night. Again. The virtual treats are so much fun. We always play games, and it's a pretty packed day, but you can still access those videos even after we leave those groups up, so you can always go back. Could add sand and beach thoughts with cat. Yeah, exactly. Yep. It's a lot of fun. I always try to find stuff that people would use, like on their desk, or give away as a gift, or something that's really helpful. So I focus on that when I make 3D projects for us to do. Every now and then there'll be a card in there with some fancy twist, but for the most part, it's usually a 3D project, or at least 2 or 3 of them. So this is G85. It is also going to be rather dark, but this one's going to start lightening it up just a little bit. So just a little bit lighter. So I'm just blending that out to make sure it's nice and smooth. Giving them a little bit more color now. This is the third color in our color combination, so it's more the true color. So we'll use a bit more of that, just to start really filling stuff in. And you know I like that box because it's still sitting on my desk. It's the only way I'm able to show stuff. It's just sitting on my desk. I actually have 3 or 4 projects we've done at past retreats sitting on my desk still. Some I use, some are just decoration. It's fun. It's been a little challenging scheduling it just because we have so many expos to go to this year. But we'll fit it in because it's so much fun. Alright. Going to do just a little bit more down here. Kind of start closing this up a little bit. Alright, we're getting there. 2 more colors. Yes, you can. It is still listed, and yes, you can still purchase the retreat, and access will add you to the group, and you can go back and watch all the videos and learn all the things. Yep, you sure can. You will also get the exclusive digitals that we had for the retreat that we colored during the retreat. So, yep, we leave it open for a while because sometimes people come back and just like you just did and say, oh, I wish I could do that. Or if you weren't available then, but you have a good free weekend this weekend or coming up, then yeah, you can go back and watch them all. And you know we're here, so if you do that and you end up having any questions, you can always contact either Jamie or I, and we can help you with any questions you might have. So yeah, they're still available. We usually leave it available until the next one rolls around. We've had a few people ask us to do that, so. The retreats are super fun, and we get all silly. Jamie and I are always in the same location. It's either my place or hers. So you get us both all the time and together, and then we're silly. And it's a lot of fun. So, so was there a kit sent out, or were there images just that? There were images that went out in digital form. I think there were 5 or 6 of them that went out, and there was not a kit. We did not do a kit, because then we have to cut off when you guys can sign up, because we only have so many kits, and we have to get them in the mail, and it was just easier to do digital. In the future, we might have kits. One of ours had a kit with it, but this one did not. Hi, Wanda. So we're filling this in. We have one more color, so it won't be completely smooth right in here because I'm probably going to smooth that out with the last color. See, this Facebook, they tell you when somebody pops in. Hi, Linda. How much is the retreat? I can't remember the price exactly. $79. Oh, well, there you go. Dipper from the living room says $79. It was $79. There were videos all day. Tyler taught a class. Lydia Fiedler had a class. And Jamie and I had a bunch of classes. Coloring and backgrounds and 3D projects. And yeah, it was a lot. There's a lot in there. He does know a lot. Lots of things to do and so much fun. That's right. Yeah, he knows a lot. Yeah. He's definitely up to what's going on at Sweet Sentiment. That is for sure. He helps me out a lot, which is super lucky for me. Does your hubby chime in too? Yes, he chimes in all the time. I'm like, I don't know. My husband is all the way in the other room, like across the house. But he has really good hearing. Like, I could talk really low and he could still hear me. Yeah, it's definitely a large amount of work. Because when I do the 3D projects, like I teach you, and then I post all the instructions and measurements and everything in a folder in the group. So, you could just print the instructions if you didn't want to watch the whole video. And that way people can go back to them and they know how to do it. Hi, Rhonda. And they can check it out. When do you get to see the costume? When he needs to get a little further first. They always hear what they want to hear? Yeah, right? I would say that my husband hears it all, but only responds when he feels like responding. That's kind of how it rolls in our house. Oh, wait, look, I missed his little foot back there. So I'm going to pull the YG67 one more time and finish that up. I almost forgot his little foot. It's coming along. Okay, so I'm going to do the next step is going to be the shell, but I'm only going to do this part of the shell and the under and then the in between all these little things. And then these blocks right here, we're going to make them like a bright blue. So that'll be fun. So this is E29, E59. I think these go, I can't remember. I can't remember which one's darker. Let's look. This one is, okay, I just did it right here. This one's E59. This one's E29. Oh, I would say 29 is darker. Okay, 29, E29, E59, E57, E25, and E23. And honestly, I'm not sure which ones of these either. Hi, Nicole. You jumped in. I almost missed you. Testing these out to see which one's darker. Yep, 25 is darker than 57. So clearly, in the 20 ranges, those tend to be darker than the 59. I don't know why. Why? Okay. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to use E29. And I'm going to start the underside of his shell. Hi. What? Said page cannot be found. That's insane. Hey, Dale.
Yeah?
Can you contact Cameron and ask her why the link to the retreat doesn't work? I'll check it out. I'll let you know as soon as I find out. Because it's supposed to work. It's out there. Okay, so I'm doing that up close to the body and then I just a really thin line underneath. This is going to be darker up under the shell. And then his little legs blocking it. And then I'm just going to go along the bottom. And I don't think I want those little dots to be this dark brown, so I'm not going to do that. You've tried several times. Oh, you added it and no problem? That's very interesting. So, okay, so here's where we get into doing a little bit. I flipped him all the way around. Did you see that? This part right here, I want it to look kind of like it's rolling, you know? So what we're going to do is we're going to start down here and we're going to do these little...
Yeah, I went to it and added to my cart. No problem.
It worked for you too? I don't know what the deal is.
What are they trying to do?
Maybe clear your cache and try again. They're trying to load it.
Yeah, if you go to Sweet Sentiments of that thing, you can get to it.
Yeah, they found it. It said page not found. And they clicked on it. So maybe just clear your cache and try again and maybe it'll work. So I'm doing all these little brush strokes sort of in that direction because I want to try to show a little bit of movement on that. Like that shell is shaped in an interesting format. Oh, you're in there now? Interesting. Yeah. You never know. I mean, I've had things not work because I needed to clear the cache, clear the history and stuff on my browser. Or sometimes the difference between a phone and a...
Yeah, they need to go to the Spring Break Virtual Retreat in the shop.
Yeah, it should say Spring Break Virtual Retreat. That's what you would be looking for. Okay. So now I'm going to go down on this one in the same direction so that I turned it upside down so I could do it in the same direction so I could keep those little brush strokes going, not going all the way down. I'll go a little further when I get a different color. But we're trying to put in this little bit of texture on this little turtle shell. You'll keep trying? Okay, awesome. DM me if you don't get it, you know, like DM me and I can look into it for you if you don't get it to work. I'll see what I can do to help you out. Okay, so there's some little spaces in between here as well. The one that says February 11th and 12th. Yes, that's what we're talking about. So before you logged on, I showed them, we didn't do this one at the retreat, but I showed them this little box because it was my turtle. I did this at like 2 or 3 retreats back. And we were talking about the online retreats that we do, and we still have one active in the shop, and the group is still open. So people can still go in there and purchase it and see all the videos and get all the instructions for all the projects and things like that. So that's what we were talking about. And that's why they're asking about it, even though, yes, it says February. Because that's when it was live. But we save it because people then see other people's projects and go, oh, I really want to do that. So we leave it open for a little while, usually until the next one comes around, which is in the making, but no dates announced yet. So we're just putting some really fine lines underneath where the colorful parts of the shell are going to be. We're going to say this turtle went for a makeover. Yeah, and got some color, because we're going to put some color in those little shell areas. So I'm just building this down, just making my own line, doing my own thing. I'm putting the darkest down here in the cracks. So there we go. So far that's where we are. We have a 5 color combo, so we're going to be a little cautious with our really dark color. We'll be more giving with our middle color, and then our lighter colors will go with just a little bit as well. So this is E59. It's still going to be rather dark, so I'm going to try to put some of these little marks in between where the empty spaces were on the other one. So you'll notice when I'm doing it that I'm not putting them right next to each other. I'm putting them spaced apart. Not really blending, so to speak. The blending will happen with the next color. It's still blending a little. It's kind of taking the white out, but I don't want to cover up all of that dark shading. So I'm just doing it sporadically. And I'm doing it a little bit fast, so I'm just trying to hit those spaces that are white in between. Some of them I hit and some of them I miss, but you know, that's what makes it unique. Okay, I am going to come down here and do a little bit more with this one, because I'm going to keep that pretty dark underneath them. We'll do a little bit here. I'm not going to do too much. I'm going to want that light color to shine in there. Maybe a little bit here. And maybe a little bit right here. You forgot. Oh my gosh. I would be so sick over that. I have rarely gone anywhere without some markers. I mean, really. I'm so sorry. I know how sad that must be. E25. This is our middle color, so we're going to use a little bit more of this. I'm going to do a little bit of back and forth, but I'm not going to fill it in. So kind of that back and forth motion that I do when I'm trying to really saturate the paper. But I'm going to skip some areas because I still have two colors and I want to put them in, but I want a lot of this one to be this color. So I'm just kind of going just back and forth. It's starting to fill in. You can kind of see the form that I'm trying to get it to take. I'm going to finish coloring in this part down here and this part right here. And then we're just going to do a little bit on these as well. So we're starting to get to that really light color. That's so sad. I'm still sad for you. That makes me sad. I hope you have some diamond dots. Something. But oh my goodness. That's very devastating. You really see texture. Yes, that is why I do it. Okay, so I'm going to start doing these little circles on him, but I'm just going to do the bottom part where the darkest part is. And I'll come in with a lighter color to show those in a little bit. So just a teeny tiny bit. Is it possible to post a link to the retreat? I can. I sure can. It'll be a link to the shop, but I can do it straight to the page where you load it and we can see if that works. You were gonna shop you were gonna go to our shop and now you're gonna do a major shop. There you go. That's the only way to do it. I don't think I'd be able to make it. I just would fall apart without having any markers to color with. Okay, so this one is E57. It's going to be lighter than the last one. So again, I'm going to do that back and forth. It's probably going to leave some white, not a lot. And I'm going to use the last color to really go over all of it. So we're just putting a little bit of this one. I think for the most part I'm going to fill these in because they're kind of between the little shell areas. So they have a little bit of shading to them. I love this little turtle. He's so cute. Oh man. What is it under in the shop? Not sure. Hey, honey.
Yeah.
What's the retreat under when you go to the shop? What is it under? Okay. He's looking it up for you. I'm going to do the cup. I'm going to fill in the smaller ones and I'm just going to outline the bigger ones, leaving a little bit open for that last color. This takes a little bit of control with your marker, so if you can't do that tiny little mark, then you can just fill it in or wait until you use the next color. Your choice, your call on that. Oh yeah, I bet you are. I just would be sick over that. Okay, so now this is our last color. This is E23, so I'm going to go ahead and just dab in a little bit of that in these little dots on his legs so that they, show that brown color. And then I'm going to go in here on the side of my marker and I'm going to really put in that color. I don't want to leave any white this time. This color will also lighten it up just a tad bit as you're adding the color to it. So it'll kind of give us a little bit of that really light, like the sun is hitting it, which I really, really like. I'm going to do just these upper parts right here to kind of blend that a little better. It should lighten it up a little bit as well because of the way that this marker behaves. Stay home stamp set for the turtle. Yep, that's exactly what it is. Oh, nice, Dale. Good job. There's the virtual retreat thing. Connect link. And then, yes, this is the stamp set for this one. Stay home. Stay home. And it has 2 turtles in it. Got a little hiding turtle there. And there's dies too, so. And it works on all of them. Okay, so here goes our color that we're going to use. Eek! I'm excited. I haven't done a turtle in these colors yet, so hopefully I will love it. So I have BG09. You're welcome. Then I have BG49. And then I have BG07. BG05. And BG45. So again, there I go, mixing a little bit of the light blue green with the dark blue green, because, you know, if I did anything exactly straight up, it would be shocking. I really like mixing colors, so my colors will almost always have, yes, February retreat, that's correct. My colors will always have some sneaky other color mixed in with them. I think once you've been coloring for so long, and using the same markers, like 358 markers sounds like a lot of color. But once you start using them as often as I use them, then you start saying, I need some new colors. I need some pretty colors. So oh, I see. You didn't think that was it because we're in March. Yeah, it's been a little while since the retreat. But yeah, so I've been playing with colors a lot over the past couple of months, trying to mix some new colors for me, because once you get to using the same ones, you're just ready for some new stuff. And that's when we all start learning new combinations, what works together, what doesn't. And that's why, even though I've been coloring for 12 years, something like that, maybe a little more, 12, 14, I don't even know how long. But in coloring, I literally color almost every day. And of course, there's, you know, if you go on vacation, there's a couple days in there that I don't. But for the norm, I have colored at least 10 to 15 minutes every day since I can remember. Sometimes all day, sometimes 10, 15 minutes. And I did that because it's just so relaxing to me. And I love to do it, and then I get excited when I get my pictures done. So I've just been coloring for a really long time. So now I'm in this little kick of mixing colors, you know, putting colors underneath colors to make it change. Yeah, just been playing around a whole lot with colors. And that's why you still see me swatch the colors, even though I've been using them forever. It's not because I don't know them, it's because I want to make sure they blend well before I start. So I don't mess anything up. I don't usually go all the way around, but because of the way these are shaped, if they were curved, you know, like this, the underside of everything would be dark. So this one will be around here. And around here. Because this part is standing up as well. Now the artist drew lines in here for us. This was not me, but they drew lines in here for us as guides. But you might see me adding more to them. Like these ones, you know, like extending them out and stuff. Because I think it just gives more dimension and personality to the colors, so, and the shapes. So you'll see me adding a little bit more to some of them. Exaggerating some of these little features right here to make these really stand out. Okay, so that is our BG09. And then we're going to jump to BG49, which is duck blue. Go figure that. It's still the dark color, so I'm going to kind of build this around here. So I want to keep this part darker. Now I'm going to come around this back side to show that it's curved. And then this part right here. Kind of filling in some of that. We're starting to take the form now of this shell area. So this one's going to kind of extend out a little bit. Start building onto that. Like this. So we're just giving it some shape, playing with the shapes. I like to do that. I don't ever color mine the same every time that I do them, so if I did this live again in a couple weeks, I'd be coloring it different. That's why they never get old, because you can just change it, and it looks completely different than what you did before. So I really like that. I want to build this around a little bit, and this one. So we got to pull out some of this to keep that round shape. Same thing on this one. Sometimes they work, the ideas work, and sometimes they don't. This one's going pretty good so far. We'll see. Next color is the third one in the combo, so it's more like our true color. So we use a little bit more of the third color when we have a 5-color combo. So this is BG07, and it's going to be a bit brighter than what we've been doing so far. Oh no, it didn't change too much. I guess the brighter one is going to be the next one. I mean, it's definitely brighter. You can see the difference, but not as bright as I thought it was going to be. But the next one will be. I'm not going to do too much on this one in the back because I want to leave some really bright color on there. Going to kind of do the whole round shape at this point, because remember, this is our true color. So we're going to put a little bit more in there. Well, you guys got quiet. Are you watching or coloring? I feel like what are those magicians that mesmerize everybody? Everybody gets quiet. It's funny. Nah. This blue actually looks good on this turtle. I really like it. I'm super glad I decided to go with this color. It's pretty. It looks like he's been to the beauty shop, or she, if you will, to fancy it up a bit. I went and fancied my hair more purple. So, why can't a turtle have turquoise? Watching and relaxing. I'm so glad you're watching. Let me just say that. I love that some of you come back every single night. I so appreciate that. Because I would talk to myself, but I don't really like talking to myself. Even though I am kind of unofficially talking to myself. I prefer you guys here. Okay, so this marker is really juicy. So it's going to start blending that really well. And it's much lighter. So you'll start to see that really lightness. You see that? You can tell just by when I go over that one how light this one is compared to the other ones. Now I think that looks pretty super cool, so I'm not going to blend that in too much because I kind of like the way that looks. I think it gives even more dimension to that shell, so I am going to leave that. And that's the cool part about it. You can actually make that choice on your own. I mean, look at that. Isn't that neat? It almost looks like it's shaped. You worked on coloring meerkats today? Yay! That I love hearing that. I know I thought about doing meerkats the other day, but then I was like, I already did those. You like the dimension? It's pretty cool, huh? I like it when it does that too. And this is the kind of surprises you get when you start playing with mixing the colors like I am. You know, I could have just done BG 07, 09, 05, 04, 02. I could have just went in the row. But I like to switch it up a little bit like this because you get those little tiny surprises at how awesome that looks just using these different colors. And if you like it a lot when you're doing it, you can always go in with your colorless blender and kind of lighten it up in a few spots if you think that that texture looks really cool, like this. And it'll just lighten it up for you if you went too dark, and you'll still get those looks in there. Just barely touch it, and it'll lighten it up, and then it'll really stand out. So you have some options to play with. Remember, colorless blender is like your best friend. Oh my gosh, you did it all by yourself? Aw, so proud of you, Mickey. Good job. It's never easy when you're trying to do it yourself until you get used to doing that. Or I did have some in my video. You could always go back. It's on Facebook and it's on YouTube. And I think, I don't know, did Jamie do meerkats? I don't know if she colored them or not live. I can't remember. I used to remember everything that she colored live, but now that I color live too, I can't remember what she's doing. I think that almost looks like windows on his body. This last color is really going to bring it together though, because this one's going to be lighter and it's back to the 45, so it's going to be lighter and have a little bit of that different shade of blue in it. So we're going to go back and forth like that. Super cool. And we're going to go back and forth here. I'm pressing ever so gently. I don't want to do it too much. I want to do it just a little bit. But I do want to get rid of those lines in there. So I'm going to let it dry for a second and then go back in and repair anything I think needs to be fixed. So back and forth. We'll have to come back to that shell and fix that spot. Back and forth. Kind of that same back and forth motion. I just want those to blend together. There we go. Let's give that a second. See if it blends in well enough. Very nice and smooth. I'll show it to you up close in a minute. You'll see the texture points that I can see that you can't see quite as well until you hold them up. So it's really smooth, but it also shows a whole lot of different dimension on it. Oh, you caught me almost at the end. Oh, you love turtles? Oh, yay. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, so the rest of it will be a little bit easy because I'm just going to put it on this card. But I'm thinking I want to do a little bit of I'm going to use this BG45, and I'm just going to kind of touch around these edges like this. I don't want to color them solid, so I'm just going to touch them, and because they're scalloped, it's just going to touch the tips of it. I always do this with my chisel end. And then it just barely puts a teeny bit of blue on just the scallop parts. And that'll be enough to really bring that out when we put it on another, when we put it on the other color for the card. So here, I'll show you what I got card-wise. So I chose these colors. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit if I can. All right, come on. Oh, there we go. Yay. Okay. So I chose this card base right here, which is why I chose the blue. See how close that is? That was my plan. And then I'm going to fold this card over. Yes, this is Stampin' Up! Cardstock because I love it. Oh, you like the sentiment? Happy belated birthday. There are some good ones in this stamp set that are so funny. So if you really like turtles, this one says, if a turtle loses its shell, is it naked or homeless? And then your speed doesn't matter. Progress is progress. I totally miss you. Dude. Social distance level master. Hey, stay home, and I'm slow. I'm a little slow. And then this is the one that we're using. It comes in the set. There's 2 turtles in it. They're super cute. So yes, it says happy belated birthday. Okay, so I have my card base, and then I want to put, I'm actually going to decorate the inside, and I rarely do that. Rarely do I do that. You need that. It's super fun to play with. I also did this turtle too. He's super cute. I put him in a little shadow box so I can sit him on my desk. Frogs are my thing. I love frogs. But I have a friend, a really good friend, and she loves turtles. So I make her turtle cards. And she makes me frog cards. So this is my Barely Art glue. It's like the best ever. We do have some in the shop. I don't think we have a lot in the shop though, so if you're interested, you might want to jump on over there. But it's the best glue ever. This is my espresso I'm using just to press down. It spreads the glue out. No bumps, no marks, no nothing. It works great. Love it. And then since I'm going to put my turtle on the card going in this direction right here, I'm going to put these little accent pieces. First, I'm going to stick them together. So this piece is a little bit smaller. Can you see that? A little bit smaller than the other piece. So I'm just going to put it in there. I think I needed to move it down just a little bit. Hold tight one moment, please. You do have a little bit of time with this glue to move it around, but once it sticks, it's stuck. So be cautious when you're doing that. Make sure you get it right before it sticks. Come on now. Quit misbehaving. Do you guys talk to your paper and your glue and your stuff too? Yeah, the shadow box is cool, huh? Okay, so I stuck this together because these are the patterns that we're going to use on the front of the card. And these were my excess pieces once I cut down my 6x6 paper. So I thought, well, why not? I'll stick them inside the card. So the card's going to go in this direction. So I'm just going to put this on the bottom. You can slide it, make sure it fits the way you want it. Once I have it on there, I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to press it down. Now flip back over, and that's going to be the inside. You talk to yourself all the time. Also to your splites. Behave. Me too. Okay, so then I chose this polka dot pattern and this red pattern. And I want this pattern on there. So I'm going to put this one behind, kind of like straight. I'm going to crisscross this one like this. And then I'm going to put my little turtle like this so that I have all these colors on the front of this card. Because I thought that would be super duper cute. So we got to start sticking it down. So I'm going to stick this one first. And this layer is my matting layer, and I do mine a quarter of an inch smaller so that I have a bigger area around the card to show the color of the card. I just like it that way. Jamie does hers 1/8 of an inch, so I know you've heard her say that a lot, but I like it at 1/4 of an inch. So that's just really my preference. I sometimes try to do it her way, but I really like to be able to see the card base. I mean, I paid a lot of money for that card stock from Stampin' Up. I want you to be able to see it. Yeah, the yellow on the back is really pretty too. This whole set was really awesome set of paper. I don't even know where I got it from. It was just like they're all decorated up. I like them. So this one, so on the inside I put this one on the bottom, I put this one on the top, and I put the red one on the bottom, and then on the outside of this card I'm going to put this one on the top and then the red on top of that. So I just thought that would be fun. Oh, is the pattern paper? No. Sweet Sentiment doesn't have our own pattern paper. We do have some Doodlebug paper in the shop. Doodlebug is like my favorite. But I have a friend, and when she buys sets and I buy sets, we split them. So, I don't know what this one was. It might have been Echo Park. I'm not sure. It wasn't in the pad, you know, it had been pulled out, so that's how I knew my friend gave it to me, because I didn't have the front cover and the back cover. You need friends. I have more paper than I know what to do with, really. So I'm trying to use it. So I'm just kind of catty corner this a bit. You mean like splitting craft supplies, friends? My mom always splits with me too. She's super nice. And I split with her. And then this is my turtle. I'm super excited. My turtle came out really good. And you can see the, like you can't see that blue like really well, but when in person you can kind of see that really light blue I put around the edge that kind of matches. And it just gives a little bit of an extra layer to the card, which is super cute. Oh, look, you can't waste Sweet Sentiment paper, so let me just tell you, if I print something out and I'm not going to color, I just print something on the other side. It's the best paper, and I'm not going to waste it, so you may always see things on the back of mine. Alrighty, So there we go. Look at our sweet turtle on our belated turtle card. I love this espresso. It just presses everything down for me. So there we go. Isn't that cute? It's such a boyish card, which is exactly where I was going with that. I thought, let's do the boy card for my friend. I would, if it was for a girl, I would put like embellies on there, but I'm not going to because, you know, I don't want to send to a guy like that. So that's kind of how I roll with that. So that's our card and our turtles. Tomorrow's project. Very cute. Thank you. I'm so glad you guys liked it. Yes. Tomorrow, well, I haven't decided if I'm doing the cactus tomorrow or Friday. I think I'm going to do it on Friday because I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up having to work tomorrow. But this is a whole new thing for me. I'm going to give you guys that sneak peek I gave earlier. Are you ready? I'm going to try to do an entire Copic project with no stamp sets. So, I practiced sketching it out. Cactus. And we're going to sketch it in with the C0 so that we have the base. So this is rocks and a pot, and then these will all be different cactus, and then there'll be some plants coming around it. So that's the plan. But I think it's going to take a little while to do it because I'm going to do it all without any stamp sets because we don't have any yet in the shop that are cactus, although it is on my list of things I wanted to draw. But our friend Ellen requested that I do some cactus, so I think that's what we're going to do on Friday because that way I don't have to get up in the morning for work the next day. So we'll look forward to seeing you back here Friday for cactus. Oh yeah, you brought your hand to your mouth on the cactus. So if you didn't know, and I don't know that I've seen you on here too many times, so you might not know me, but I am an artist for some of the stamp sets from Sweet Sentiment. So it's not unusual for me to sketch out something like that, but it is unusual for me to do the entire project just with Copic markers and drawing it out. So it'll be a new experience for me. If it fails, we will have learned something. But so far, we haven't had any fails. So, yay! So, if you're watching this repeat on YouTube, because I load all my videos up to YouTube, then make sure you like, thumbs up, and subscribe. It's just paper. That is right. And if you're watching right now, I'll see you tomorrow night. We'll do something different tomorrow night. And then Friday, cactus. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm so glad you guys are here. Yay! This is our turtle. See you soon. Tomorrow night.